as we go from looking at value, and then you combine that with values.
Yes.
So, I mean, just like, when we began to see, I think it's your point, Sumeet, about the value happens in the seam. Yeah. And in reality, the role and the talent, the value happens in the seam. It is the connection between the role and the talent that makes all the difference. And I think similarly, we're starting to see that value is crucial, but you're going to get misalignment with stakeholder groups if values aren't injected into that. So, like in Unilever, if we said we're going to grow, we need to earn the right to grow, because as a consumer goods company, we're producing a lot of trash. And if you can't grow in a sustainable way, the growth represents the values, but reducing the impact on the environment injects values, and it becomes a value / values agenda. And that agenda is bringing the human, and what is the human cost of what we're doing. And so I think that when we think about, there's one way to work through these things, which has to do with connecting it to value. Yeah. And then when we put value plus values, and you end up, it's in the seam that the value exists, because now you have different stakeholders. And what is the human cost of what we're doing? What is the societal cost of what we're doing? That is the other side of the value. And that can make for, I think, a really interesting point about, as HR, we can really add something when it comes to this connection between value and values. Really add something. And then when you think about the broader impact on the human beings that are in this organization, and by the way, the human beings that are around this organization, what we're up to, and what it means to people, the value and the values needing to come together.
So as you're speaking, I'm sitting here thinking, we have created a set of analytics and a process around connecting talent to value. Where is their value? Connecting values to value could be the next big flip, because a lot of the, if I may say, the values stuff, the mission stuff, almost sits like again in the religion space. We should do it like that. We are this kind of a company. But imagine if values were connected with value, and I think that's what happened with Unilever. We were the number one, or Unilever was the number one, company on the sustainability index for 15 years before we talked about, halving our environmental footprint. But when you connected that value into the growth agenda, which is I want to double the company and half the environmental impact, magic happened. Yeah. So if we could find an equally analytical way of connecting values to not a generic, going to a place of worship on one day of the week, but into saying, how do I connect values to value, and how do I connect talent to value? I think that could be a 5x on the process that we are building.